There was your sell-off early in the day. Where did it go? Right back. I mean, this is just incredible. This 92,000 level has just been a rock star level going all the way across here. The reason why you want to pay attention, not only is this support.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Gareth Soloway breaks down Bitcoin and crypto price predictions, key market analysis, and the latest S&P 500 trends. Will stocks soar or crash? Let's watch him uncover the insights.
Tesla today, we saw weakness in this, quite a bit of weakness. It was off of its lows, like so many stocks, but again, still very, very weak. Again, just more questions about what's going on with Tesla, the demand for EV vehicles, and obviously, is it immune to tariffs? Is it not? What's going on with China? Will China retaliate? By the way, the same thing with Apple. Apple, again, most people, and by the way, I'm bringing up Tesla because they sell a lot of their cars in China. But same thing with the iPhone, right? How much of the revenue from Apple goes to the iPhone from China? And that, again, is probably why these two stocks were abnormally weaker than the overall markets and indices today. For instance, Apple falling 3.4%. That's a big move for Apple. All right, maybe not so big lately. It's had some wild moves, but still a big move. All right. Bitcoin, we got to talk on Bitcoin here, guys. You guys know I love to go over to the big board for this chart, so we'll take a look here. But basically what we have on Bitcoin, there was your sell-off early in the day. Where did it go? Right back. I mean, this is just incredible. This 92,000 level has just been a rock star level going all the way across here. The reason why you want to pay attention, not only is this support, but if it ever breaks, the more a level hits and holds, if it ever breaks in the future, the bigger the waterfall event. All right, so essentially, if it ever finally breaks that door down, it can really fall fast. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Now, maybe it will never break that level. We don't know, and I'm not going to pretend I know the future of Bitcoin. But what I do know is 92,000 is the level. It tagged it today, rallied back to about 102,000. Resistance remains at around 108 to about 111,000. Those two levels up there are your key support and resistance. In this case, resistance, support. And right now, we're basically equidistant between those 2 points. All right, crypto names, altcoins. I did a ton of buying in smart money crypto last night. It was one of the craziest periods as these things were falling. And again, a lot of those are already in the money. We've already taken Solana profits off the table, Dogecoin profits off the table. It's been a very stellar short-term last 24 hours in smart money crypto.
A long-lost Bitcoin miner has finally awakened after 15 years, moving 50 BTC that was once worth just $3, but has now skyrocketed to an astonishing $5 million. The unknown miner originally earned the Bitcoin in 2010 and as part of a block reward when BTC traded for mere cents. Rather than cashing out during any of Bitcoin's historic price surges in 2013, 2017, or 2021, the miner held firm through every bull and bear cycle, watching the cryptocurrency's value multiply beyond imagination. On Sunday at 1746 UTC, blockchain data revealed that the miner moved the 50 BTC to 2 new addresses. The sheer magnitude of this long-term hold resulted in an unfathomable 162 million% return on investment. The crypto community quickly took notice, praising the miner's patience and conviction. Stories like these highlight the immense potential of Bitcoin and the rewards that await those who can resist the temptation to sell too soon.
As we take a look, you can see the Dow is down just 50 points. Last night, folks, the Dow was down 600 after this news broke from the weekend on these tariffs. The NASDAQ still down about 1% or just under, but again, same thing. The NASDAQ was down, 500 points at one point in the overnight. S&P still down 0.5% here, down 32 as well. Now, this is interesting. Look at oil, guys. Oil opened last night when the futures opened. It opened higher. Why? Because there was a 10% tariff put on Canadian oil. Raises the price of oil, right? So why did oil open higher and then sell off? The answer is this. When you impose tariffs and there's a trade war, what happens to the economies of these countries? Ultimately, higher prices mean those economies start to slow down. When you have slower economies, the demand for oil starts to decrease. And therefore, markets are anticipating that if we do see any sort of tariffs being implemented, even though, again, oil had a tariff, a small tariff on Canadian oil, it's ultimately going to slow the U.S. economy, slow maybe the global economy, and it brings prices down. So again, we see very clearly right here, oil is lower. Yes, I'm still holding half of my short on oil. All right, next up, let's take a look. Gold continues its robust rally, now north of $2,800 per ounce. Incredible. There is a parallel channel that shows us that by later this year, maybe even by the end of the first quarter, we could be at $3,000 an ounce on gold. This is a safe haven asset, and it continues to see money flow. Now, remember, guys, one thing on gold, and I said this literally 6 months and a year ago. I said, guys, gold is going to do really well. We're seeing the central banks all over the world buying gold hand over fist. I said to you guys via literally a year ago in game plans, I said, if the central banks are doing it, what does it tell? They're the ones literally creating and printing the money. If they're buying tons of gold, it tells you got to get long gold. That's, again, had a monster move. Now, since when I was really bullish, it was trading around $1,800, up $1,000 per ounce since then. Bitcoin just below 102,000. This got as low as 92,000. What level have I told you guys was major support? 92,000. It hit 92,000 and then rallied right back up as we've seen risk coming back on. Now, this is where it happened, right? So this is your gap down on the S&P right here. Notice the first hour of trading or the first 45 minutes of trading, we were trending lower because of this tariff news. Then all of a sudden, the S&P ripped to the upside. This is where that news hit that Mexico was willing to put troops on their border to stem the illegal drugs and that the tariffs on Mexico would be postponed by a month. And that's where you got that big green candle. And then since then, look, almost nothing. Why? Why nothing? Well, basically what's going on here is that, now investors are saying, okay, we know about Mexico, but what about Canada? What about anything else? Will any other deals come out? Will we hear about Canada, let's say tonight, in which case tomorrow you could get another move to the upside? Or will something fall apart and do we see the markets coming back in? Essentially, this portion of the day, the rest of the day from that pop, is a wait-and-see attitude by investors. Investors want to see what's going on, more clarity on these tariffs and potential trade wars. The other thing to remember, folks, tomorrow we'll get the JOLTS data, job openings, Wednesday private sector ADP, Friday the non-farm payrolls report. So there's a lot of big economic data coming out, and tomorrow after the close, we have Alphabet earnings, which will be big for the tech sector as well. All right, walk over here. Let's take a look at some of these charts. If we flip over to the daily chart, you can see if we zoom out, this is the area I'm zoning in on. So we have a trend line going back to July of 2023, connecting through the high here in July 2024, connecting through these highs. That is your high-end, most bullish scenario. If price were to go up, that would be a huge stopping point. On the downside, we have the low here going back to October of 2023 through August of 2024. And also right through January earlier this year, at the beginning of this year, that low. Now, what we're watching for is basically we're in a trend, right? This is a trend. These are two trend lines, and price has been grinding higher. What you're looking for is, do we break to the downside? Now, as of now, even today, we didn't test this lower line. But if we do, if we break this, this is where things get nasty. Anything in this range, it could just be chop shop. It literally could be up and down and up and down. And so just be aware that right now, we're still in an uptrend. We're still kind of continuing to grind. We have to watch and see which way do we break. Do we go up to the high end of that trend line on the top end, or do we come down and break to the downside? That's, again, going to give me the cue about what is the next major move in the market.
BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBIT, has seen a massive wave of withdrawals, with investors pulling out over $583 million in what has become the second largest outflow in Bitcoin ETF history. Given BlackRock's heavy influence in the crypto investment space, this sudden shift has sparked concerns about the broader stability of the market. Analysts are now closely watching whether this signals the start of a larger institutional retreat from Bitcoin. Arkham Intelligence reports suggest that BlackRock has been quietly reducing its Bitcoin holdings, possibly as part of a portfolio rebalancing strategy. Transaction data confirms a noticeable decline in its exposure, fueling speculation that institutional investors may be adjusting their stance on digital assets in response to global market uncertainties. Despite these outflows, Bitcoin's trading activity on major exchanges remains steady, largely supported by retail investors. However, if large institutions continue to withdraw, Bitcoin's price could face greater volatility in the coming weeks, leaving the market in a state of uncertainty. Jack Dorsey has once again stirred the crypto community, this time with an ad-generated video featuring Bitcoin maximalist Michael Saylor undergoing an unexpected transformation. The clip, posted on Primal, a decentralized platform built on the Nostr protocol, quickly sparked intense speculation. Saylor, known for his unwavering support of Bitcoin, appears in the video clad in symbolic armor, reinforcing his deep-rooted belief in the digital asset. But in a surprising twist, he leaps into the air and lands as an XRP emblem, leaving viewers questioning the meaning behind the dramatic metamorphosis. Some XRP supporters see this as a subtle nod to the asset's growing relevance, suggesting that even a staunch Bitcoin advocate like Saylor could reconsider his stance. Others, however, believe the video is nothing more than satire, possibly poking fun at the ongoing divide between Bitcoin maximalists and supporters of alternative cryptocurrencies. Dorsey's decision to keep the video live has only fueled further debate. Some analysts argue that it could hint at a shift in perspective, while skeptics insist it's a playful jab rather than an endorsement of XRP. Given Dorsey's history of dismissing altcoins and his firm stance on Bitcoin's superiority, it seems unlikely that he is signaling support for XRP. Regardless of intent, the video has reignited tensions within the crypto space, highlighting the ongoing battle between Bitcoin purists and those advocating for broader adoption of other digital assets. Whether it carries a deeper message or is simply meant as entertainment, one thing is clear. Dorsey's post has once again put XRP in the spotlight. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.